In a world plunged into chaos, 17-year-old Lila woke up to an eerie silence. The news had been dire for months. Natural disasters, plagues, and wars had decimated the population. Now, she found herself alone in a once bustling city, New York, its streets now deserted and overgrown. Lila rummaged through her apartment, gathering supplies. Photos of friends and family reminded her of happier times. As she packed, memories flooded back of her last moments with them before everything changed, how they had promised to stick together but were scattered like leaves in a storm. Determined to survive, Lila set out into the silent streets. She wore a backpack filled with essentials, food, water, and a worn-out map. Her heart raced as she walked past abandoned cars and stores, remnants of a world that once thrived. As Lila ventured deeper into the city, she stumbled upon a library. The doors creaked open, revealing dusty shelves filled with forgotten knowledge. She searched for books on survival and maps of other cities, hoping to find a glimmer of hope. One evening, as Lila settled down for the night in the library, she heard whispers. At first, she thought it was her imagination, but the murmurs grew louder. Fear gripped her as she searched for the source, only to find nothing but shadows dancing in the dim light. The next day, Lila found a journal hidden between the shelves. It belonged to a girl named Emma, who had also sought refuge in the city. The last entry spoke of a safe haven in a nearby city, where survivors had gathered. Lila felt a flicker of hope ignite within her. Determined to reach the safe haven, Lila studied Emma's map. She planned her route, navigating through the overgrown streets and abandoned neighborhoods. Each step took her further away from the familiar, but closer to the unknown. Along the way, Lila encountered remnants of her past life, graffiti messages on walls, pictures of lost loved ones, and items left behind by those who had vanished. Each discovery tugged at her heart, reminding her of the fragility of life. As Lila approached the outskirts of the city, she spotted a group of people in the distance. Her heart raced. Could they be survivors? She cautiously approached them, only to discover that they were scavengers, wary and distrustful. After a tense interaction, they shared stories of their struggles. Lila forged a temporary alliance with the scavengers, but trust was scarce. One night, while she was sleeping, they attempted to steal her supplies. Waking up just in time, Lila managed to escape, her heart racing as she fled into the darkness. Alone again, Lila reached a crumbling bridge that connected to the neighboring city. As she crossed, the structure groaned beneath her weight. Suddenly, a section collapsed, and Lila fell into the river below. Struggling against the current, she fought her way to the shore. Exhausted but determined, Lila finally found herself at the gates of a safe haven. The community was surrounded by walls, and guards checked every newcomer. She felt a wave of relief wash over her as she was welcomed inside. Inside the haven, Lila learned the truth about the world outside. The community had formed after a devastating virus swept through cities, and they had worked tirelessly to create a new society. However, whispers of dissent and fear lingered in the air. Lila was offered a place among the survivors, but she couldn't shake the feeling of uncertainty. The sense of safety came with its own dangers, strict rules, and surveillance. As she pondered her decision, she realized that freedom and safety might not coexist.